Hey folks, how are you doing? It's Richard here from Bikepacking Adventures. I do hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Yeah, spring has been in the air this week. It's going to be the first 200km ride of 2026. So not only going to be sharing that journey with you in this video, I'm also going to be talking about a ride that I've got planned this summer that I hope you might find interesting. Now it will be starting from over there. Now I'll answer the question of why am I not filming down there in Louth, and that's because it is another cold day. It's hills straight out of here, so I figured I'll hit the hills and that I'll be able to warm up. So I've just left the little village of Raithby and I'm heading towards the Bluestone Heath Road. I do spend a large portion of the day in the hills, and that was really because I wanted to try and keep warm as much as possible. There was going to be a organised ride tomorrow, a gravel ride with Lindsay Roads, which I've had to postpone. I'm doing a road ride instead. I'm going to ride to Hagworthingham and just stay on the road. Went out on a ride, a century ride, last Saturday. There's two of us on it. Yeah, it was particularly wet on some of the roads around. Market Raisin, Bardney, where else? Rugby, just lots of burst banks and things, and just water absolutely everywhere. So it's like, can't do a gravel ride. It's just, you know what it's like if you've been riding this winter. It's just been incredibly wet. It's lovely and peaceful today. It makes a change to drive somewhere, have a different start, and be out in the countryside, you know, in a short space of time. And more crucially, I got up reasonably early today. It's just gone 8 o'clock and I'm in the middle of, well, the Lincolnshire Wolds, which I want to talk about very quickly. If you're new to the channel, perhaps never watched any of my videos whatsoever, I'm from Lincolnshire. You probably think of, if you've never ridden here or never visited, you think, Lincolnshire, in that flat place? Well, yes and no. This is what's called the Lincolnshire Wolds. Pretty quiet roads, and yeah, get on to that. I mean, even though it's super early, it's quiet much of the time. And this is kind of like, this is the Bluestone Heath Road. It's kind of one of the busier, more rural roads which run, well, it runs straight across the top of the Wolds itself. Quite a bit of hills to climb around here. We're not talking Yorkshire Dales kind of hills. I mean, I think the steepest it gets is about 22%, and that's for a very short space of time. And if you do live here, I'm talking about Netterton Hill near Caister, where just ramps up. So I've just ridden 3/4 of the way up this hill here. It's called Manor Hill, just near Donington and Bain. I just thought I'd take a moment to stop just outside this track and tell you about this summer ride. So it's called, I'm calling it the Lincolnshire Wolds 360. It's a circular route, as the name suggests, of the Lincolnshire Wolds, and incidentally it's also just a smidgen over 360 kilometres. Perfect sort of distance for a summer ride. You ride all day the Saturday, you ride all day the Sunday, and the idea is to try and take you, the rider, to some of the best off-road trails around the county. Well, this area of the county, the Lincolnshire Wolds. We do dip into the flats a little bit to get into the towns, because, well, as I've alluded to many times, there's not a lot going on here. There's not much in the way of shops or anything. It's very low key. This here will be, now let me get it right. Just that tower is called the Stennigott Tower. There's another trail there called the Lindsay Trail, and I think this is, I don't know if this is the same name trail, but it's probably right away. Anyway, runs all the way to the east of Donington Bain. It's a popular hiking trail, dog walkers and things like that, but you know, it's very quiet. Leads to a pair of fords down there, which you'll either go through or take the bridge, and to Biscathorpe, and on it keeps going kind of thing. Possibly a Roman road, who knows. Certainly a little bit further up we join the Viking Way. I just thought I'd show you that quickly. So I'm really looking forward to sharing the route with you, trying to keep it as much off-road as I can, but I don't want to be taking you off-road senselessly. There's some meaning to it. It's like to keep you off the road, to go see something, just to share a bit of fantastic scenery. If you're going to be riding the sort of pace I'll be riding, your first kind of overnight stop, or rather your first evening meal, will be close to a little market town called Market Raisin, which is about 100 miles into the route, and then you'll start to go into the evening back into the Wolds through some woodlands and things. So if you're like me, you can cuddle up in a sleeping bag, possibly under the stars, and you must remember to bring some earbuds as well, because you do get a lot of deers around here barking in the woods and things. So if you want a good night's sleep, do bring your earplugs rather.
Hey folks, we'll jump back into the video in a moment, but I did at the top of the video, if you looked at the video title, promise you a route reveal for the Lincolnshire Wolds 360. So I'm home after the ride, really looking forward to sharing this with you. So let's take a look right now. Now, there won't be a link, I must just say, there won't be a link to the route just yet. There's a few bits I'm going to have to ride myself and tweak, but it's a bit of a glimpse, bit of a sneak peek. So first off, it is 360 kilometres, 362 on the screen at the moment. This is the second revision. As you can see there, probably when you ride this, that elevation gain will be over 3,000 metres. It tells you on the screen there what the steepest incline is along the Thai route. And interestingly, if you look down the side there, we've got the surface as well, paved, unpaved, and whatever the hell unknown is. Yeah, plenty of off-road riding as well, 34%. So anyway, let's just clear this off the side of the screen there. So the ride, as I mentioned in the video, will be starting in Louth, which I do believe is called the capital of the Wolds. Or is that Caister? Can't remember. Starts not from the toilet where my mouse pointer is, but I'm hoping to start outside Louth Cycle Centre. Then it goes pretty much north, immediately just cross over the A16 here, and then it's straight into the Wolds. And I've gone to the effort of putting these POIs throughout the map, whether it's a viewpoint or something that you need to know. Like here, there's a pair of fords, so it's entirely up to you whether you want to go splish splash at the beginning of the ride or take the bridge. There's a bridge available as well, two bridges, there's two fords. Well, I've got lots of POIs on here. Like we go through Wold Newton. Now, if you're doing this on a different date, there's information on here which will tell you about the various cafes along the route, things that you could go off and see, viewpoints, cafes. In TLBT rooms there, I've gone to the effort button, opening hours on things. We can see here it heads to the coast, and it will be going through my hometown of Cleethorpes. Take some routes across the Peaks Parkway here, some nice trails through Wheelsby Woods, and through a solar farm just here, straight into the Lincolnshire Wolds. Lots of meandering. There's going to be such highlights as Normanby Le Wold. It's got some amazing views across to the west. From here you can see all the way over to Lincoln, which is that way on Lincoln Cathedral. You can see plenty up there. We've got, what's that one? Fast Road. So yeah, I've got an effort to put in. I must actually just say that even though there's a fast road, it is literally get to the end of the trail, pretty much jump over on the other side to get back into some amazing trails again. But it's important that you know this kind of thing. On my last recce, I went through this woods here. This is Osgoldby Woods, and I think this is the route I'm going to take. I'd love to come directly into this corner if I can. I know there's a track here. As I've been driving over for work, there's a little track right on the corner. Maybe to get to that I need to work it out. Market Raisin in particular will be for many people, the last opportunity to grab a takeaway, go into a pub for a pub meal or have a pint, resupply for the evening ahead. When the route takes place in June, July or August, date yet to be given to be decided upon, by the way. You've still got potentially 5 hours or 4 or 5 hours of daylight left, so you can still get a long way into this route, but I'm suspecting most people in this area here
will be thinking about somewhere to stop for the night. I'm suspecting some people will book themselves into an official campsite, or like I'm going to be bivvying. There is places along here that I have bivvied before, so it's not like it's impossible. I've thrown extra bits in here, like this woodland here, just on the outskirts of Woodlawn Spa. I've never stopped there, but I think there's some opportunities there. Coming back to this particular area here, there's actually a campsite here along the route. Homestead, fields, caravan and camping, and there's actually a water tap on the caravan park, and this is 185k into the route, so I'm thinking that might be of interest to some people. I'm likely to contact the this camping site and see if we can get a deal or anything like that for anybody who might be interested in stopping there. For those people that might stop there, you'll be starting the next day in the beautiful Lincolnshire Wolds, and there's a church here. You can get some water in the morning after, or some people may well go past Rugby. Like I said, it's harder to find spots here, but some people on the first day may well get past Rugby, who knows. And there's woodland opportunities and places to bivvy along here as well. It's just, you just got to really look out for them. And then we're going to pass through Horncastle. From there we'll just go back into the Wolds again. Lots of fantastic trails through woodlands. Here there's a selection of more fords I do need to ride. Where do I need to ride? I need to test this bit here myself. I have ridden this way here, but I'm hoping this is navigable. I need to check this one out before I actually stick it on the route. For people who might start somewhere else on the route or do it a different time of year, there is actually quite a few camping options on here, and there's a campsite around here apparently. Again, I've not ridden this bit here, but Google Street View looks like it's fine, but I want to be sure by actually riding it myself. A lot of these trails I have ridden already, like this bit here. Again, I've ridden all this. We're joining the Bluestone Heath Road for a while before dropping in to Alford. This is the kind of the last opportunity to resupply, perhaps have something to eat, a drink. There's loads here, so there's plenty going on there, and that kind of brings you into the final bit of the ride really. What was that? That was at 320, so that leaves you with 40k to go. Nice little trail over here. Now I have done this, I can't remember when I did it, what time of year. I think it was about June, I'm inclined to say, and it was very overgrown, but it's, you're going to come out the other end alive, so I'm putting that one in there. I just may not be able to ride it. It just depends. And then we get onto Muckton. Here's a nice off-road trail here. I think this may well have been an old railway line. Then we drop into Little Cawthorpe. There's a pub here called the Splash Pub. Put that one in. I did originally have the route going along this streamed path, but I've changed it since. But there's nothing stopping people to visit this one. It's a really nice location on a nice summer's day. That'd be fantastic. And from there, it's just a run back in to Louth. Link down below if you want to find out a bit more about it. There'd be a mailing list. I'll be able to send you more information about all those campsites and opportunities to resupply and things like that, and of course the confirmed date as well, so do click that link. Right, anyway, let's jump back into the ride. So I'm just heading towards Binbrook right now, and there's a couple of trails down here which I just wanted to talk about for a second, because I've not included them in the Lincolnshire 360. But why? So when you're putting this route together, you're trying to make it as pleasurable as possible. Not, it wants to be challenging, but it don't want to be super annoying. And there's a couple of trails near Binbrook. One of them's fine, not a problem, but to get to it, it's either not so nice road bit or the trail which I'm about to describe in a moment, which is okay, except not all year round, or certainly 3 months of the year. It could be problematic because you have to go through a ploughed field, and I don't want to be sending people down ploughed fields, to be honest. Also, if it is all ploughed up and you wanted to reverse out of it and go a different way, although there is like a gravel track back to the main road, kind of 3/4 of the way along, it's not actually public land, And yeah, it's really short. You probably could get away with sending people there. The problem is where it meets the road, there's a little fence. You'd have to lift your bike over it, and that's one thing I'm trying to avoid as much as possible on the route, is having to send riders places where they have to lift their bike up in the air. So yeah, there's little things like that I just need to be aware of and think about when I put the route together. We're going instead towards the airfield at Binbrook, the old RAF airfield. Now I don't actually go through it because it's not open in the some parts of the day. So if you want to go check it out and look at the planes they got there, there's a few on the corners, things like that. You know, feel free to go off the route. And I say that because, you know, people might show up to the group event in the summer with me, but the date may not suit everybody. You might want to ride in a different time of the year. That's what I'm trying to invite. You know, ride it at your leisure kind of thing. So if you get there and, you know, different part of the day and it's open and it's a bit more leisurely, feel free to, you know, go off and look around the airfield. There's a few planes there on the corners, at least two anyway. And there's also I think I've got a picture somewhere. There's this car upside down on well, it's not upside down. It's mounted against a wall or something, so yeah, worth a visit. Right, anyway, camera away, put my jacket up because it's getting cold and there's actually been a few spots of rain. That wasn't in the forecast. Back to this route I'm on today. As you can see from the map here, I put 3 control points. There's coloured squares. Should just mention I'm actually doing this as an Audax DIY. So it's got control points in it, and the very first one on the left there, it's probably got a knife and fork on it. That's where I'm heading now. For those of you who've been watching the last handful of videos, you might be able to guess where I'm heading to. What do you think? Yep, you guessed it. Butchers of Barney. Nothing of beauty. And this time I got something to wash it down with. Bit of shandy. Oh yeah, look at that. Daffs are out. There's no daft one there parking there, look. Beautiful. And the other side, what a view is that? Nice. So I've just stopped in Thimbleby. Beautiful church behind me. I've never stopped here before. There's 25k up the road from Bardney. I'm literally halfway now, but I just had to stop because my legs were getting tired. There's a particular road that came down near Stixwold, between Stixwold, not Horncastle, Woodall Spa, and the road surface was absolutely terrible. It just tired me out so much. Anyway, that was a bit ago and I just kept going and going, and my legs are feeling a bit wobbly now anyway. So I thought, right, just stop, have something to eat, catch my breath, just enjoy the colours of this church. I mean, look at that there, isn't that beautiful? So the next control point, let's flash the map up. You can probably tell by the symbol there, it is a hill. It's the Belkshred Hill Climb. That's the next control point. About 125k or something like that into the ride. And then the third and final control point is, I believe, is Alford. Yeah, there's a convenience store on a fork, and I'll probably nip into there. What a lovely day. What a lovely day it's been. Just cold. So right at the third and final CP of the day, Alford. Sorry, I hadn't talked much in the last 50 plus kilometres or something. Just been getting the head down, it's pretty cold. pretty hilly, so just been cracking on. But not far to go now, a couple of hours, and I'll be home, or I'll be back at the van anyway. So as you can see, I just nipped to the local convenience store. This is actually on the route of the Lincolnshire Wolds 360. I do believe it's the last place on the route to get some food and drink or something to eat. Same thing, I guess. Toilets, things like that. There's definitely more than today's. There's a co-op, toilets, takeaways, cafes, everything's here. Especially useful if you're not following the route and starting in Louth, you know, you're doing it in your own time, you start somewhere else. Yeah, you know, you can find a lot here in Alford. So just looked at the sat nav, there's 38k to go. Doesn't sound a lot, but I'm going all the way back up to the Belchford again, and then running off at Lewston Heath, so it's about 350 metres of climbing still to go. So I haven't made the finish, so straightforward. Back into the hills, back into the hills. It's actually kind of good that I'm going to the hills and making it hard on myself, because I don't know if you watched the video from a little while ago, maybe a few weeks, with my plans for this year. But before I tell you that, on the video in the corner of the screen, there's a countdown to how many days left there was until that trip, and I was like, 40 odd days? Wow, it's definitely more than that. It turns out it's a number of working days. I'm like, what? I think it's about 22 working days at the moment, so there's 4 and a bit weeks till Tracker. Be heading to Girona in northern Spain, so yeah, I do need to keep on with the tougher rides and things. So even if there's like lots of climbing at the end of the ride, you know, I just need to throw it in, grin, bear it. So the final climb on at the moment is Thetford South. I came this way early today, the way down. I know it's a pain in the backside to go up, not because it's steep, just it goes on for a while. I've done the first bottom half, which did recognise as a categorised climb, but then it's one more to go, and I think it's the second section of the climb itself up to the crossroads at Thetford, and then hopefully it'll be downhill after that. Yeah, so I can't be too easy on myself. I have to give myself some challenges and things like that. Yeah, as for the cold being a challenge, hopefully it's not going to be a problem in Spain to the end of April, beginning of May. But I did watch some of this footage and it didn't look particularly warm last year, so maybe, you know, I do have to take a few northern European clothes in layers and things, but we shall see. Right, anyway, just about to go downhill before going uphill, so yeah, let's get that done. Oh, it's beautiful up here though, isn't it? Oh, that's why I like it so much. Right, put you away. Oh. Right, ride over with. Back at the van, and it's just come up to 6:30. On the first 100 of the year, got another 100 for tomorrow. It's Lindsay Road, I mentioned it earlier, Lindsay Road, doing 100 kilometres down to JJ's at Hackworthingham, so hopefully a few people will turn up for that. As to this one, I hope you enjoyed it. Comments, questions, do stick them down below, and I'll stick a link in the description as well if you want to go check out the Lincolnshire Wolds 360. Right, for me, take care, see you again soon, bye.